What do you say we send off the weekend with a great game of football, everybody? The stage is set. It is Sunday night prime time here on EA Sports. Let's close out the weekend with what should be a good one on Monday night prime time between the Chicago Bears and the San Francisco 49ers.
Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
Ready to get this game started? Here's Eddie Pinheiro. And Sunday night prime time is off and running. Luther Burden now on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Bears take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is first and 10.
Ready to go.
Now here's DeAndre Swift on the ground. Even 4 yards before he stops, Brock. It's second down.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's second and 6. Working from the gun, Williams. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
So they'll head up here first and 10 from the 34. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Secured by Burden on the slant. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Second and 3 now. Swift now from the pistol. And whatever they were trying to do there is not going to work. Defenders all over it, so they take him down for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make third down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
They come to the line here, and this is third and 6.
Vegas! Yes!
They'll throw, third and long. That's Cox. This is Loveland. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Give them 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
I think the defense is still turned around looking for where the ball is. Is that QB a tight end? They got that ball out in a hurry.
First down throw by Williams. That'll be incomplete to start the new set of downs. Not on the same page with his tight end. And it's going to be second down. Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
Williams throwing again here on second down. And he's able to get it past midfield and down on the 49er side.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Drive has gone 8 plays now as they face third and 3. Williams set to pass. Finds him over the middle. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you got to imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit, and you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. I'm hungry.
What is up?
First down. Here's Swift. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send him backwards.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in the locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
Williams from the gun. Finds Odunze running the slant. And talk about a good gain when they needed it. That's 13 on second down. Now only a yard to go here on third.
It's a gain of 13.
Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it forward a yard to reset the downs. On third down, here's Swift. And the stop was made, but not until he reaches that 17-yard line. A pickup of 17. And it'll be first down Bears. Love the way they decided to keep the drive moving, Brock, pounding it forward, setting an early tone on this opening drive.
It sure does, both physically and then mentally as well, because you know and I know successful run often leads to great play-action pass.
Going to the ground again on first. And this play doesn't work out like the last snap, right? So you can only get back to the line as the defense all over this one.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. You look pretty good hunting his prey right there.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Now here's Williams. This one will not connect. That's incomplete. They are testing this coverage on the opening drive, but it's holding up so far. Third down. And I'm just going to assume, Brock, we're going to see a more aggressive defense here after the amount of points these guys gave up last week.
Yeah, that performance was not up to standard, but this looks a whole lot more like it attacking the pass. Not just playing the defense, but go knock the ball.
That is caught. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears finish up an excellent opening series. It's a Rome Odunze touchdown. Well, this coaching staff has got to be a happy partner. A calm and calculated opening drive. Really impressed with the score, how they controlled the football, and they played at their own pace.
Yeah, it's one of those drives that just pays dividends. I know it's the opening drive, but you're just taking some of the starch out of that defense and putting some doubt in their mind. Like, man, they just methodically shoved it right down our throat.
Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Here's Sky Moore on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10.
Get set, get set. On 18.
Purdy setting up that play action. Completes it downfield to Pearsall. And they're going to get to him right along that midfield strike, Brock, as he's sent out. They strike for 23 yards. And that gives the 49ers the first.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Here's the first carry for Christian McCaffrey. That's no way to treat your reigning conference player of the week as they dump him for a loss.
Andrew Billings. Tackled back at the 46-yard line.
And we will not get another play. That's going to do it for the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. Back to Levi Stadium right after this. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They have 2nd down behind the sticks.
18. Watch out.
Shotgun snap for Purdy. Short pass brought in. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
Ayuk makes the catch. And he's taken down at the 30. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun is Purdy. Ooh, he got hit as he was flowing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Those windows over the middle, the congestion, just the mass of people. If you're not on time and on target, you're not going to find a completion, especially on that down and distance.
Still working from the 30 as they line this up. 2nd and 10. Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. That was Montez Sweat who took him down.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
3rd down, line to gain 9 yards out. 3rd and long, they're going to throw. To the ground it goes, that's incomplete. That one intended for Brandon Ayuk. And that brings up 4th and long.
Kate, I've talked to you over the years of the transition to the NFL where the windows to throw are small. On 3rd down, smaller. Put dime defense on the field, and those windows become almost non-existent.
Piniero's kick is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
They were able to answer a score with a score. Maybe not to tie the game, but to certainly turn some of the momentum.
Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Devin Duvernay to return it. This makes it up to the 25. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun here. That's more of the catch out left. Ooh, and he is cracked at the tail end of that play. A good hit, but sure would have loved for it to have come earlier as he gets forward a bunch and gets him the 1st down. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll be 1st down Chicago. All set to go now from the 35. And the shotgun to give to Swift. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
Big man up front said, "Not in my house." Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this: it's over. Over.
Vegas! Biggie Angels!
Now Williams. It's his running back, DeAndre Swift. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Williams to throw on 3rd. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
So it looks like they're going to line up and go for this. 4th and 4. The Bears decide to call their first timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. On 4th down, it's Torrey Taylor on for the Bears to punt this away. Christian McCaffrey on the 49ers return. coming off 4 punts in that loss, and he boots his first of this game away. And this is the punt you want every time. He bounces out of bounds and sticks them inside their own 10. Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. Backed up in the end zone. Purdy. Reeled in by George Kittle. He's at midfield. The 30. He's at the 10. And he's going to score. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers take the lead on the first play of the drive. George Kittle, the touchdown.
I've seen a lot of plays in the playbook. I don't think I've seen a play designated for a 98, 99-yard touchdown, but you will take it. That defense, they were over-aggressive. The offense made a pay in a big-time way.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Here's Duvernay on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Williams to throw. Couldn't find a completion on 1st down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not been the standard they set for themselves.
Another try on the 25. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Williams. Completed over the middle. Running down the left side. Romadunze. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. It's a Romadunze touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Santos now for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Bears take a 4-point lead. 14. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. He fields it from the 8. He's got a lane up past the 30. And that return heads out of bounds. Job well done. It's close to that enemy 35-yard line.
You know, Kate, sometimes I think we tire around draft time of hearing all the traits, short area quickness, agility, explosiveness. But then when you see it come to life in the regular season and that skill set that this returner has, he checks every box. And it's why he's been so darn productive.
Again, left side to McCaffrey. Nearly starts the drive with a 1st down run. Stopped a yard short, gain of 9.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure, nice little run to set the table.
Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on 2nd down. Going to run again with McCaffrey. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. It's a pickup of 4 yards. And that means it'll be 1st down San Francisco. So 2 minutes still to play in this first half, partner. More from Sunday Night Primetime on the other side. They keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
Get set, get set. 18, watch out.
They stick with McCaffrey. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
This time it's a passing play. On target to his back. Here's Christian McCaffrey. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage. Well, after that play, training staff is headed out. That's one of their top guys who's shaken up. And they're going to need him back for the upcoming postseason. First and 10 now. Here's Purdy. Throws caught. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. And he brings it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers get some late points and the lead. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
This one is up and good. And the 49ers push their lead to 3. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Here's Duvernay on the return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. Nice effort here. They're going to tackle him just shy of the 35. First down now. Ball at the 33. Out of the gun. Here's Williams. Hits his running back. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Timeout Chicago. It uses its second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Vegas!
Working from the gun, Williams. Looking slant route, complete. And he's going to be hauled out on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line. They get 19 on that pickup. And it'll be first down Bears.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Vegas!
Williams set to pass. This is brought in. Big gain here for Loveland. This is going to take him into the red zone. He's down at the 16-yard line. The Bears going to use their third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Coming to the line for another first and 10. To the air yet again, Williams. Toward the side of the end zone, but that one's incomplete.
It's hard for me to get too mad at him for missing a touchdown when he's already got 2 in his pocket. Maybe fantasy managers might not agree with me on this one, Kate. But don't worry, as hot as he is, I bet you a third one's coming at some point.
Yes!
Here's Williams again. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears take the lead just before halftime. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
And things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would. It's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Here's a return from the 7. He's brought down just inside the 25.
Pearsall on the return. The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
19 seconds remain in our opening half. Let's see what they do with it.
Get set!
Pretty throwing here on first. Knocked away, that's going to be incomplete. Defender there, that brings up second down.
You know, it's one thing to tell a quarterback not to telegraph a pass. It's quite another to fundamentally do the right things. You got to use your eyes to move defenders in this league, especially on your primary target.
Watch out!
Purdy on the play action. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's going to be stopped right around the 37. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Looking to throw. Completed left side there to Jennings. And they're going to get there to force him out. But a nice play for the offense to go out on, as that's going to end our first half. First half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Finds some space. He's past the 30. All right, some good work on that run back, Brock. He gets this to the 33.
First and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
San Francisco to the line. It's first and 10.
Outside! 22! Watch out!
First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that gives the 49ers the first.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
From the gun, McCaffrey. Gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Hit made by T.J. Edwards.
Made at his 48-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Outside! 22!
Purdy throwing here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and you couldn't do it.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Outside! 22! Watch out!
Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. He's going to have this one down to the 28. Gain 15 there. And that means it'll be first down, San Francisco.
I just love that so much, Kate. Yeah, they trailed at the break, but that doesn't deter you from running the ball. And results like that will more than likely have them lean into the run game.
Purdy on first down. Completed to his running back. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and then netted some positive yards.
First carry here for Jordan James. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on second down.
A gain of a yard. Brings up third and 1.
Here comes play number 8 of the drive, 3rd and 1.
Get set! Get set! 18! Watch out!
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That's going to be caught by his back, McCaffrey. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
McCaffrey will take it in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers take the lead right away in half number 2. Christian McCaffrey, the touchdown. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
That one right down the middle. And the 49ers push their lead to 3. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Here's Duvernay on the return. He's going well so far. And that'll put him up across the 35-yard line as they begin the series.
Bears take over first and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. First and 10. Williams from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Here's Swift on second down. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
Here's first and 10 from the 47. Now Williams. He lays out over the middle to bring that one in. They pick up 14 yards on that one, and that'll be first down Chicago.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack them, only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Williams to throw on first. He has room past the 25. And they are set excellently. This is down to the 18. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
From the red zone now. That one's incomplete in the end zone. Thought he had a touchdown there. So it'll be second down.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
Motioning left is their running back. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. Buys time, rolling right. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
I'll give this quarterback credit. He bought as much time as he could, but eventually, the only option left was to throw it away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Throw here, third down. Another drop. The last two plays both should have been intercepted, but neither could be brought in. However, Brock, they do at least force this fourth down. The Bears bring on Cairo Santos for the field goal. This is from 35 out on the left hash. Santos' kick is good, and that will tie things up in the third.
You always feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here, but they don't wind up empty-handed on the drive. And the kicker, he gets to pad his stats a little bit with a high percentage make.
Return coming from the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
49ers to the line. First and 10.
Get set.
They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Kevin Byard there to bring him down.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground, you could throw beyond the sticks, and really create some indecision now defensively.
Great work there to evade the tackle, but the rest of the run, pretty forgettable. No gain there. They managed a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4. That's the end of 3 on Sunday Night Primetime. It's been a high-scoring game so far, but we're still tied 24-all to begin the final frame. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4.
53. Get set. Get set. Yellow. Yellow. Start.
Play action now with Purdy. Ayuk makes the catch. He's at the 30. The 10. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers take a 4th-quarter lead. It's a Brandon Ayuk touchdown. Well, Brock, it speaks to the constant threats that these slant routes pose that we aren't all too surprised when one of them breaks for something much bigger than its design, right? And it ends just like it did in a touchdown.
Yeah, Kate, that's exactly right. And the great quarterback coaches, they demand of their QBs to put it right on the money. Because when you hit that exact spot, when you don't slow your receiver down and he can catch and run, especially with the elite athletes at that position in this league, big plays follow.
3rd and now to return it. Finds some space. He's past the 30. He's going to reach that 34-yard line before he stops.
Trailing by 1 score late here, Kate. Maybe this is the return. Maybe this is what helps them get right back into it. Good field position now to start their most important series yet of this game.
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. Here's Swift to start the drive. Allen continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Williams will look to throw. Finds him over the middle. He is taken down as he drives this to the enemy 40. It's a pickup of 26. And it'll be 1st down Bears.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10.
Vegas.
The gun, here's Williams. He finds a doomsday downfield. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Running with Swift out of the gun. Inside the 10. And he's brought down after a great gain. That's going to set up 1st and goal. And following the play, we've got a break in the action as the trainers head out. They had a man hurt on the play, and hopefully this doesn't affect his availability for the playoffs. 1st and goal, Swift. And he gets in, touchdown! The Bears now trail by just a point in the 4th. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a 1-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bears bring it back to even. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Moore with a return. Good work so far. He's got room. They're going to bring him down as he gets it to the 33.
Hey, maybe in the end this return just gets lost in the shuffle when we recap things, Kate. But you surrender a lead in the fourth quarter and you feel that momentum being lost. That's exactly what excellent special teams do. They turn it around. It's why that third phase is coached and coached and coached. Because you never know when your opportunity may arise. What a great return to begin this drive.
Offense up to the line fast.
37-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Nothing doing there as the second down pass falls incomplete. That throw was looking for Brandon Ayuk. And it's 3rd down now.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
On 3rd down, Purdy. Falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete.
We see this all the time. The number one thing you see NFL defenses do to try to force that 4th down, gets down coverage. Put your cover guys on the field. Let the boys up front cut it loose with pressure, and let the cover guys go shut it down.
He fields this at the 18. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up past their own 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
First and 10 from the 32.
Ready to run.
And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
You know, this just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. I mean, ball security's at premium on every down, every distance. But on 1st down, it is especially a killer.
Handoff headed left to McCaffrey. This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Now run, James. And he's taken down as they very quickly get into 1st and goal.
That's the kind of run that shows he's trying to take some stress off the passing game to provide big plays. What a great help to that side of an offense when the ground game can deliver chunk plays too.
First down, and they go right back to it. And he's able to fight this down to the 2. An 8-yard pickup, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. Give to James on his own read. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers take a 4th quarter lead. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Burden now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Bears making their way up to the line. Here comes 1st and 10.
Ready, shot.
Working from the gun, Williams. To the left and hauled in by Odunze. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. That play good for 17 and a 1st down. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Santa Clara. Bears losing by 7.
And the Bears 1st down.
1st down from the 42. He'll look to throw it. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they make the tackle at the 38. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
Play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball, right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. Chased out to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Another try from the 25. It's 2nd and 10.
Vegas!
Here he is to throw. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And the 49ers make the play that should win them this game. Oh boy. They cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and two very different tones and tenors on these two sidelines. One coach is pleading, begging for some ball security. The other is simply saying, keep it up, boys. Keep taking that ball away. Job well done.
Running with James. And he stopped quickly here. 2 yards on the play. We've got 2nd and 8. The Bears decide to call their 1st timeout. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Get set! Watch out!
On 2nd down, Robinson. And they get him for a loss. That's a big one, Brock, and might see them burn a timeout. Timeout Chicago. It uses its 2nd. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
He'll throw it. That one's complete, right side. And he's going to get this one at 36-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that gives the 49ers the 1st.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
They've got 1st down here from the 36. There's a give inside to James. Continuing to move past the 45. And then a brilliant clear off to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that means it'll be 1st down San Francisco.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
So the 49ers earn the win in this one. And it's harder and harder not to mention, Brock, the possibility of an undefeated season as they add another to their total here in the penultimate month of the campaign.